Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.
Have you seen that house?
Yes, it looks interesting.
You're right. I love it very much.
It must be old.
At least more than 100 years old.
Let's enter it.
I can't open the door.
It must be locked.
Let me ask the old woman in that reception office.
She can't answer you.
She must be deaf.
It must be a haunted house. Are you frightened?
Frightened? You must be joking. When you are in a restaurant and you want the waiter to bring the bill, what do you do to attract his attention?
I just make eye contact with him and nod my head. Then I tell him when he comes over to the table. Why do you ask?
I went out with my girlfriend to a nice restaurant last night and I noticed that many people shouted for the bill.
That seems a little impolite in such a restaurant.
That's what I thought. I just thought I'd ask you and see what you thought of it. Anyway, what did you do yesterday evening?
Well, it was a warm evening, so I stretched my legs. I walked along the canal for a couple of miles. Actually, several other people had the same idea. I saw Bill.
Did you? How is he these days?
He seemed okay. We didn't stop and chat because we were on opposite banks of the canal. We just waved at each other.
I need to move some furniture. Could you help me to lift it?
Of course. What do you want to move first?
Let's move the sofa. Can you get a grip on the bottom at that end? I'll lift this end. I want to move it sideways in that direction. We've got a new manager in our department.
Oh, you hoped to get that job, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry. That's too bad. Who is it? Who got the job, I mean?
Someone called Drexler. Carl Drexler. He's been with the company only 2 years. I've been here longer. And I know more about the job, too.
Why do you think they gave it to him and not to you?
Because I'm the wrong sex, of course.
You mean you didn't get the job because you're a woman?
Yes, that was probably it. It isn't fair.
What sort of clothes does he wear?
A dark suit, white shirt, a tie. Why?
Perhaps that had something to do with it.
You mean you think I didn't get the job because I come to work in jeans and a sweater?
It's possible, isn't it?
Do you really think I should wear different clothes?
Well, perhaps you should think about it.
Why should I wear a skirt? Or a dress?
I'm not saying you should. I'm saying you should think about it. That's all.
Why should I do that? I'm good at my job. That's the only important thing.
Perhaps it should be the only important thing. But it isn't. Not in this company.
Hey, the new Soho. How's everything going?
Everything's great. I've just returned from my office.
Your office? Aren't you a freelancer?
Sure I am. I work for myself, but I've rented a virtual office at an office building in the downtown area.
A virtual office?
Yeah. An office that runs efficiently by using nothing other than online communication technologies. I pay the rent and share office services with others in the same building.
What kind of services do they offer?
A separated office, internet access, phone services, fax services, mail and courier services, and almost everything you have in a conventional office.
Sounds fun. What else?
I get a business address at an expensive location, and I can share the receptionist and secretary with other offices in the same floor.
Oh, that helps a lot to promote your corporate image.
You bet it.
Would you like to go to a party tonight?
That sounds like a good idea.
Would 7 o'clock be okay?
That's fine. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, Jack. It's good of you to come.
The pleasure is mine. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day.
Thank you, Jack. To be frank, I'd rather forget my birthday.
Don't be silly. I am totally fed up with my boss. He has crossed the line one too many times with his sexist comments. This time I am really going to report him for sexual harassment.
What happened? Did your boss say something to offend you at work?
He constantly lets inappropriate things slip out, referring to the women employees as girls or calling us sweetheart or darling. I doubt any of my male colleagues would stand for such treatment.
Don't you think you are overreacting a little? Calling you by nicknames shouldn't be so bad.
You're missing the point. It's about respect. He treats us with such a patronizing attitude, as if we are not equal or not as serious as our male coworkers. It's his attitude that needs to be changed, not just his words.
That's what you get for working in a male-dominated field. I think you'll find that most male bosses in your industry are already conditioned to treat females in this way. You probably won't be able to change him.
Do you know where Helen is?
She's gone to a flower shop. Today is her husband's birthday.
That reminds me, my wedding anniversary is tomorrow.
How do you like Tom?
I like him very much. He's a gay dog.
Are you ready to welcome him?
I am all set. He can come anytime. Wow, what a beautiful scenic spot. It's so open. And just breathe that fresh air, you can almost taste its freshness.
You can have a bird view of Gilling City from the top of the mountain.
Wonderful. I'll often come here for mountain climbing.
You should. Many Gilliners, especially the old and the young, will climb mountains here in the morning.
No wonder people say.
Quick, pass me your binoculars. Look at that bird. I've never seen one of those before. It's indigenous to Gilling, and an endangered species too. This is lucky.
I didn't know you liked bird watching.
I don't really. I just like wildlife, and you don't get to see too much of it in the city. This place is full of it.
It's raining outside, Catherine. It's too bad. What's the weather like in your hometown?
It's very hot. The temperature is often over 40 C.
Do you like the weather in Seattle?
Not really, but I like it in spring and fall. I don't like it in winter.
Why?
The winter is very rainy. I don't like the rainy day.
What about the weather in Boston?
I lived there for 3 years. I like summer but I don't like winter.
Is it very cold in winter?
Yes, it is. But it's nice in spring and fall.
They're very good friends, aren't they?
I wouldn't say that. They seem to be on good terms, but actually they always speak ill of each other.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Now the coals are just right. I can start grilling.
Here you go. I made up the burger patties for you.
Thanks. Smell the hickory chips? They give the meat a nice, smoky flavor.
I'll take over for a while to give you a break.
Sorry. This is a one-man job. I've got the grill just how I like it, and I've made up my own special sauce.
Then I'll tell folks the food's ready. Come and get it. I've always wanted to say that. I am having a hard time at my job.
What's wrong, Julia?
My colleagues quickly get promotions, while I always get sidelined. I don't know what to do anymore.
Don't give up so soon.
But I don't know what else I can do. I am willing to work hard. Sometimes I make mistakes and the boss is not happy.
Mistakes are just lessons to learn from.
Tell that to my boss.
Do you know Abraham Lincoln?
Yes.
He grew up poor in Kentucky and barely had a year of schooling, but he went on to become the President of the United States.
He was also assassinated because of his views.
He is known as America's greatest president. Do you know why? Because he fought against slavery and secession at a time in history where others were too afraid to do anything. He succeeded because of his ambition and generous spirit.
Well, if he can become president, then I can at least get a promotion.
That's the spirit. Never give up on your dream. How was your holiday to Cyprus?
It was so fantastic I didn't really want to come home.
Did you happen to meet someone?
How did you know?
You always act like this when you've fallen in love. Who is he? How did you meet?
His name is Tony and we met my first night in Pathos. He works with my sister who lives there.
Was it love at first sight?
Not really. I wasn't looking for a holiday romance, but my sister told me that she had promised him that she'd set him up on blind date with me. I didn't think I'd have anything to lose, so I went.
And?
Let's just say that by the third date, we both realized that we had fallen in love.
That happened quickly. Are you going to see him again?
Luckily, his company has a position available here, so he's going to see if he can get relocated.
It sounds like he is madly in love with you. Are you ready for such a serious relationship?
Well, I'm not really a spring chicken anymore. We don't know what will happen.
Have you met John?
Yeah, he came back from America last week.
Have you noticed how fluently he speaks English? He has only lived in America for less than 3 months.
He must have a good ear.
Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.